What's good, everybody? Welcome into the Early Edge. I am the coach, and these are our NFL divisional previews. We're talking the AFC North, powered as always by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and it's not close. Let's take a look at some of the odds for the season, and the Bengals and the Ravens right there at the top of this division. A lot of people think they're going to be very, very good. Bengals plus 1,800 to win the Super Bowl. The Ravens plus 2,200. Let's bring in the stars of the show. I've got some OGs of OGs. Maestro and the man at SportsLine that's in charge of all of our NFL stuff. He is the man, RJ White. What's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm great. I'm
Me
pumped.
too.
I know you are. Man, I love doing shows with you. I missed you. All right, let's get into it because I'm going to start with you because this is kind of almost like a change in the guard, RJ. No more Big Ben. He's retired. The Steelers are in a transition period. How do you think their year is going to go?
Yeah, it definitely is a transition period. And last year there was 7-10 team by point differential. And now with that transition, I mean, Trubisky's playing behind a questionable offensive line. It's a recipe for disaster if you've seen him play football. Pickett's not ready to play, so I don't know what they're going to do at quarterback this year. Defense is going to have to carry a lot of the load. But a tough schedule means that the offense can't just be conservative of win. They're going to have to go out and win games on offense if they're going to get to this over. Pittsburgh projected to be favored in about 4 or 5 games this year. Asking them to win 8 is a stretch. So that's why I'm on the under 7.5 wins at minus 135.
Oh, I like that a lot. Now, the flip side, the Ravens, a lot of people think are going to be very, very good. Lamar Jackson has said that if he doesn't get a new deal by the time the season starts, we're not negotiating anymore. But you don't think that's going to affect their season that much?
No, I think they're great. I mean, they were brutalized by injuries last year on both offense and defense, and they still won 8 games. Even with 8 wins, finished in last place, now they get a 4th-place schedule. Get to play Jacksonville, Denver, and Giants as non-common opponents, which is great if you're going to go out and try to win a division against a Bengals team that was kind of, upstart last year and going to have to play a little bit tougher schedule. Their great defense, highlighted by an excellent secondary, gained a lot of depth in the draft, first-round pick, second-round pick, just adding to that depth in that draft on the defensive side, which is going to serve them well if they have to deal with injuries again. Receiver core looks unproven, but they went 14-2 and won the division in 2019 with rookie Marquise Brown leading receivers. He had 584 receiving yards. So, I mean, you get that from Rashad Bateman. You could still go 14-2 if Lamar Jackson's out there doing his thing.
Yeah. When
John Harbaugh is one of the best coaches in the league, you got to trust him to maximize talent. So I think that the Ravens are going to do that. They're going to go ahead and win this division with their schedule. Plus 155 is a great number for them to win this division, considering their history with Harbaugh.
But this show is called The Early Edge for a reason. I would consider getting that in sooner rather than later. These numbers are always fluid. They're always moving. Now, sports bettors are paranoid. They're also superstitious. And the one thing the Maestro likes more than anything is when RJ backs up one of his plays. Your first play, synergy.
Yeah, I feel like me and RJ and the whole world of people that I respect are on the Ravens this year. And the biggest reason is the injuries last year. That was the worst injury luck of any team this century. They were 8-3. They were in control of their division. They were the number 1 seed in the AFC. And then the injuries hit and they collapsed. And they didn't really collapse. They lost every game by about 1 or 2 points. But as a reward for a 4th place schedule, Jets, Giants, Jaguars, Falcons, Panthers. Those are 5 very winnable games. Just to start with, before we talk about the Cleveland Browns in their division, who likely won't have Deshaun Watson, and the Pittsburgh Steelers, who also are down this year. John Harbaugh, 10 winning seasons in 14 years. They had a great tackle in Morgan Moses. They killed the draft, as they always do. I'm just betting on John Harbaugh to have his 11th winning season in 15 years. I think they get to 10-7, if not 11-6 or 12-5.
Yeah, you rarely see a head coach last as long as Harbaugh or Mike Tomlin in Pittsburgh, but that consistency leads to consistent winning. And that's what the Ravens have done. Let's take a look at the recap page for this particular episode. And
Coach, I hate to mess up your flow.
You're not. I was just messing with you because we have this little thing here at the Early Edge called a sprinkle. And I was wondering if Maestro wanted to backtrack on this play and skip it. Clearly, he does not. So you're sprinkling on the NFL rushing yards leader. Who is that?
Yeah, there's a guy who's not that efficient, and his name is Joe Mixon. He only averaged 4.1 yards a carry, but what did the Bengals do? They just give him the ball. 292 carries, third most in all of football last season. There's no competition for carries at all. And the Bengals wisely upgraded the offensive line. La'el Collins, Kappa, Karras. They have a much better offensive line this season. And you come into the season as a defense. When you're playing Joe Burrow and the Bengals, what are you doing? You are playing a bunch of defensive backs to stop Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and all the weapons they have. So this guy, Joe Mixon, didn't face a lot of stacked boxes last year, only 17.8%. I think that number is going to go down to 12 or 15%. If he stays healthy, Jonathan Taylor is the favorite for a reason, but at 12-1, getting almost 300 carries, I love Joe Mixon to lead the NFL in rushing.
When you have three top flight receivers, you could average 5-6 yards a carry because of playing that too deep sometimes. Don't ruin my flow in the next episode. All right, let's take a look at the recap page now here for the AFC North. Maestro's on the Ravens over 9.5 wins, minus 145. Joe Mixon, just a little sprinkle to lead the NFL in rushing at plus 1,200. Then my man RJ White, Steelers under 7.5 wins at minus 135. And the Ravens to win the division at plus 155. That's the AFC North, and this is the Early Edge. Good luck.